When you scroll through Amazon and see a sleek, 36-inch poster printer with a glossy photo of a vibrant art print, it's easy to imagine that you're about to level up your home office, studio, or signage shop. But I've seen the disappointment that comes when a printer looks perfect on the page and then sputters out dull colors, feeds paper jam after jam, or forces you to spend an hour just getting it to talk to your laptop. That hesitation is real, and the cost of a wrong purchase isn't just the price tag, it's the wasted time, the lost client deadlines, and the frustration of reprinting something you thought was finished. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. In this video I'm going to walk through the Canon imagePROGRAF TM340, break down what it actually does in a day-to-day workflow, and help you decide whether it's the printer you should put on your desk or a gadget you can safely skip. First off, the TM340 slots into the large format niche where you're printing posters, architectural plans, and high-impact graphics. That tells you a lot about the kind of environment it expects. You need a dedicated space, think a small studio or a design office, because the machine itself is about the size of a compact printer but with a footprint that accommodates a 36-inch roll or sheet. The stand that comes with it does a decent job of keeping the unit stable, and the built-in catch basket means you don't have to chase prints across the room. If you're working out of a cramped home office, you'll want to measure the area first. The printer isn't something you can tuck behind a monitor. One of the biggest concerns for anyone buying a large format printer is ink management. Canon includes 300 milliliters of pigment ink right out of the box, 55 milliliters each for black, cyan, magenta, and yellow, plus an extra 80 milliliters of matte black for those high-contrast line drawings. That amount sounds generous, and in practice it gives you a decent run before you hit the refill button. For a freelance photographer who prints a few 24 by 36-inch gallery pieces a month, that starter ink can last close to a quarter of a year. On the flip side, if you're a sign shop cranking out dozens of posters daily, you'll be ordering refill cartridges quickly, and pigment ink isn't cheap. The cost per square foot can add up, so factor that into your budget if volume is a priority. Now, about the actual print quality. Canon's 5-color pigment system delivers crisp text and sharp lines, perfect for architectural blueprints where legibility matters more than subtle tonal gradation. The color gamut is broader than a standard CMYK setup because of that dedicated matte black, so you'll notice richer shadows in photography prints and deeper blacks in graphic designs. In real-world tests, a 30-40-inch photo of a sunrise came out with a nice punch in the reds without any banding, and a set of floor plan PDFs printed with razor-thin line work that stayed clean even after handling. If you need the ultra-wide gamut of a 7-color printer for fine art reproductions, you'll notice the TM340's limits, but for most business-grade posters and technical drawings it hits the sweet spot. One of the headaches with large-format printers is media handling. The TM340 tries to take that stress out of the equation with automatic media detection. You load a roll or a sheet, the printer senses the type, whether it's glossy photo paper, matte poster board, or a semi-gloss technical media, and it auto-adjusts the settings. In practice, this means you can keep a few different rolls on a shelf and just pull the one you need without diving into driver menus. I've tried swapping from a glossy photo paper to a matte vinyl banner in a single session, and the printer correctly switched print profiles without a hiccup. The only caveat is that very thick media, thicker than 0.3 millimeters, sometimes needs a manual feed to avoid the rollers slipping. So, if you routinely print on heavyweight cardstock or specialty substrates, you'll want to test that first. Color consistency over time is another practical issue. Large format printers can drift, especially if they sit idle for weeks. Canon built an automatic color calibration routine that runs after every print job, using a tiny built-in sensor to verify ink density and adjust if needed. In my workflow, that feature meant I didn't have to schedule a separate calibration session every month. Prints stayed true to the same color balance from the first day to the 4th week. The downside is that the calibration adds a couple of seconds to each print, which isn't a problem for a few pieces a day but can become noticeable if you're pushing the printer to its speed limits during a rush order. Speaking of speed, the TM340 isn't a sprinting production printer. Its advertised print rates hover around 12 seconds per square foot for draft mode and roughly 30 seconds for high-quality output. In a real office, that translates to about one 24-36-inch poster every 2 minutes when you're in the highest quality setting. If your business model